I'm excited. I'm excited, sis. What's goody in the hoodie?
Okay, hi y'all. So I just got this new microphone. I'm really excited because y'all can be able to hear me. I can start filming at 2 a.m.
I'm so fucking angry because I just realized that I was recording without having the mic plugged in all the way. So y'all cannot really hear what I was like. Y'all can hear, but not in the fashion that I wanted you to, sis. That's so fucking sad. I'm so dumb.
My lens look a little fuzzy. It's okay. We're gonna deal with it. I realized that in my last video I did not do drink of the day. I'm so sorry. It's grape juice. And can I be honest? I don't even like grape juice that much. Like, I really don't. It's actually quite nasty, if you want my honest opinion. Y'all like the wig? Is she giving you life, honey? She giving you life and glamour, girl. She giving you life and glamour. Oh my God, I love. Ooh, wait, hold up. It's itching. It's itching. I don't even have her pinned down. It's 2 in the morning. It's 2 in the morning. I don't have time. So basically, I've really been wanting to do a story time on my channel for a very, very long time. And I have so much shit that I want to tell y'all, so much tea that I want to spill. But really, for some reason lately, I was like, oh my God, you know what? I should do a series of every job I've ever had and like the bad experiences, because there's been plenty in my case, sadly enough. So I was like, you know what? Let's do the infamous Tarjay that everybody loves so much. And I just want to do a quick disclaimer. I am in no way, shape, or form trying to bash anyone or this company. I'm not coming for anyone. I'm not throwing shade at anyone. Well, I mean, it might be a little shady shade, you know what I'm saying? Just a little funsy fun. If any one of my coworkers is watching this, I don't have a problem with you, sis. It was never that deep. It was never that deep, because it was never a beef. It was just me trying to get a paycheck. So, I mean, God bless all of you. Hey, y'all, if you're watching this, and I know you and we used to work at Target together, you probably thought I was the lazy fat bitch who didn't want to do anything. You were right. You were right. Let me stop. I'm joking. I still don't know how I feel about grape juice. That could be y'all shit. Y'all can keep it. I don't know. Can y'all tell me how the mic sounds? And be honest, please, because I got this off of Amazon. I didn't pay a lot for it. Wait, should I flip it this way? Okay, let me see. Okay, anyway, you guys. So, I guess let's start. Let me just start by saying that I am the kind of person where I've never been particularly good at jobs. I think that it is a mixture of my depression and my anxiety, and then putting me into a work form or work setting. It just never has meshed together, because I just feel so pressured, and I'm very like scared and nervous, and I never feel like I'm doing anything right to begin with. So I just never thought I was like good at 9 to 5s. You know what I'm saying? Typical shit. I don't know if anyone else feels that way. And then, like, you know, we don't even have to start getting into the conversation of like, you know, the whole 9 to 5 culture is a scam and you're not getting paid enough for the time that you put in, because T, we know the truth. I know the truth. You know the truth. So we listen. Listen. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. I will say that I have never felt like I was ever doing a good job at my past jobs. And I think that because of that, it kind of actually showed and poured over into my work. So Target, I started working at Target when I was coming out of beauty school. I almost want to say it wasn't exactly, fuck, how long ago was it? Damn it, y'all, hold up. Okay, so I graduated beauty school in September of 2017, and I started Target in October of 2017. Okay, so it was about a month after I graduated beauty school. I was just looking for something to do because I just needed work. I hadn't had my license, my cosmetology license yet. My beauty school experience is a whole nother story that y'all have to stay tuned for and keep your eyes peeled for, because it was actually a really treacherous time, and I cannot wait to tell y'all all about that. So I got out of school. I was just looking for work. I was not really desperate, because I wasn't like doubtful. So I applied to Target because they were having a job fair, and it was a Target that's about 15 minutes away from where I live. So it was like perfect. I stay in that, you know, part of the neighborhood all the time. was a familiar setting. Grew up around there. Everything was fine. I went into the job fair and I had like my floppy hat on. I had my tights on, my sandals. I had like my ensemble together. You know what I mean? If you're a classy broad, you know what I'm talking about. You know that ensemble when you put it all together and it comes out right and you looking tight. It was that kind of day. And so they were like living, girl. They were gagged. Girl, I had on a mediocre wig. They didn't even care. They didn't even peep. The kids didn't even peep, okay? Because they just aren't that aware. Girl, they thought this, but she was flowing. She was stiff wear, bitch, stiff wear.
Ooh, stiff what? For real, stiff what? Ooh, no way.
So like, I was looking bombastic, and I put my past experience. I said that I worked at Marshall's. I said that I worked at the Giant. I said that I worked like, you know, retail. I did that before. Not new to me. And they were like, okay, oh my God, so good. You work retail before? You know how to do the cash register? And I was like, yeah. And so they were like, okay, we'll pull you into the other room and we can like start the interviewing process. And so I was like, okay, cool. I like to talk, y'all. I'm not very good at it. I think I have a mild speech impediment because I do talk fast, and I also just like, I have a voice thing. I have a weird voice thing. I just don't like the way I sound when I talk, but whatever. So she pulled me into the room. I did the interview and it was really fun. It wasn't really like anything pressing. Like, I don't remember her asking me like anything like fucking insane, like did OJ commit the murder, like shit, like, you know, if a customer comes by and they're asking about this, that, and the third, are you gonna help them, and are you gonna make suggestions for their outfit? I was applying to be a sales associate. At that time it was called a sales associate. I think they're now like consultants. Oh, so special. So she was basically just saying that you have to like really be attentive towards the customer. Oh my God, what was the saying, y'all? It was like they had this saying, it was like all about the customer or something. Like, it was something, I can't remember, yo. So then the second part of the interview came. I went into the room and it was like, oh, that's when they started asking me like the pressing question. Push comes to shove, girl, bottom line, they tell me I got the job. I'm like, oh my God, wow. I'm like really feeling myself because, like, you know how it is. If you don't have a job for a while and then you wind up getting one, you feel like you're somebody special. For some reason, for some fucking, I don't know why, but you feel like you're somebody special. Got the job on the spot and I was like, okay, cool. And they gave me like a week to like get prepared. So like go out, buy my fucking khakis, buy my red shirt, all the, you know, ins and outs, up and downs. I started and right away, I liked it. They start you off very easily, or at least in my experience they did. I started working like really small shifts, like 5:30 to 9:30, just shadowing people, like, oh, you fold the clothes here and then you do this and then you do this. So little dumb shit, like this is how you take out the trash, this is how the elevator works, because we had like some complex ass elevator. It was actually like a dungeon. It was kind of scary. I want to say my hours started getting real within a 2 weeks time frame, because I started seasonal. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I started seasonal. But okay, I have the mic in now. I'm pretty sure you can hear me now. Good. Hours started getting like whacker, like crazier, because it was around Christmas time. I applied to be a seasonal sales associate. So it was like at one point in time, like 2 weeks in, I just kind of felt like I was getting slung everywhere, anywhere that they could fit me, kind of like any person that they could find to put me with, they put me with. And it was like a little awkward in some ways. I was like, really, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Mama, I don't know. Mama, I don't know. Type shit. So it was like, okay, like this is whatever, I guess. And then I remember one time, okay, they put me on the register. So you were on the register, you had to like read this booklet. It took you like 25 minutes to read the booklet and like read it thoroughly and like really figure out what the fuck is going on and what they're talking about and what they're trying to tell you. And then after you read the booklet, you get your, what was it called? An ETL? Hold on, who's the customer service person? GSA. I'm pretty sure they're not called GSAs anymore. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure. They were like changing. When I left, they were like changing like the whole thing around. It wasn't like a GSA. It was like everything was getting flipped in. Now there's like directors and people. Dumb shit, whatever. After you finish your booklet and you got the GSA or whoever, you then got thrown right onto the register. So I was like,
but whatever, big girls got to do big girl things, so it's fine. Register, I was already feeling nervous because I was like, oh, you know what, I'm not gonna lie, they did actually have a kid come over and like show me how to use it. But you know, you're operating something for the first time, you like don't really know that much about it, so they put me on the register. I'm like, okay, this is what it is. This kid, whenever I needed him, he would like come and help me. So I did that once, and then I just kind of like never touched it again. And I remember 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, it was really backed up. It was like close to Thanksgiving, and they called me on the walkie and they said, we need you for backup. And when they say they need you for backup, that means they need you to ring. I was so nervous because this is a piece of machinery and equipment that I'm not familiar with, and the last time that I touched it and had any physical contact with it in any form was 3 whole fucking weeks ago. So the fact that y'all showed me how to use this shit one time, y'all gave me one go round on this fucking ride, on this motherfucking pony. I have to operate it again by myself with no help. So I was freaking out, combined with my social anxiety, says, because you know, people are really weird. They're really persnickety, and they like shit done a certain way. People like their shit bagged in certain ways. People like their shit rung up certain ways, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then some people, it's like their coupons, and if the coupons don't work, they want to get a fucking attitude. And it was just, oh my god. So I got myself together, and I was like, I'm not a dumb bitch, I know how to use this fucking register. I got myself together, I gathered myself, and I was like, hallelujah, because I somehow found a way to make that motherfucker work, and it did, so great. And then there was like times where like people would say stuff to me, and they would say like certain terminologies, and I wouldn't know what the fuck they were talking about because I'm only 3 weeks in. And they're like, well, you don't know what so-and-so and so-and-so means? I'm like, nigga, no, I don't, sir. Excuse the fuck, no, I don't. I don't know what so-and-so and so-and-so means. Like, actually, no. So, I'm glad we had this conversation. Fucking hell. Like, I hate that condescending ass shit. Like, don't look at me like I got 3 motherfucking heads because I'm new and I don't know the ins and outs of this fucking place. Like, I'm so sorry that I'm not 57 and I'm still working. You know what, let me stop. I'm being mean. But, like, oh my god, that shit irritated me so much. That whole, like, condescending, like, well, why don't you? Nigga, fuck you. Why don't you get a fucking life? Like, another thing is scheduling was always like really weird. At any job, pretty much you're gonna have to make exceptions, and you're gonna have to be flexible. I pretty much thought that I was scheduled and just like tailored for a certain section. At one point in time, they were always just like putting me in the fitting room back to back. So I freaking thought I was just the fitting room lady. I'm here so often. I don't know if it was like a thing in their system where they just had to like rotate people, but if I wasn't in the fitting room, I was in boys, girls, and infants all the time. Oh my god, what a nightmare. Oh, stress. Oh my god, y'all, I remember like it would be like the night before I had to go to work, like a night like right now, and I would be so sad, you guys. That's not good. It's not a good sign. I was feeling like really sad. Like, anytime you're thinking about something that hasn't happened yet and you know it's going to happen, that like premeditated and pre-existing anxiety feeling is a bad sign. That's a bad signal. Like, I know that no one wants to go to work. No one thinks that work is fun. It's just something that we have to do to get by, but you should never feel like that. Like, you should. I literally used to just get this fucking pain in my chest. I never thought that anyone at my job liked me either. Like, I never felt like I fit in with I don't fit in anywhere anyway because I'm like a weirdo, but I never thought that any of the kids liked me. Like, I just knew that they were like pretending. I knew the kids and they were like pretending to be like, oh, she's okay, we like Patrice, like, but we don't. We just act like we do because we're nice. I can tell that there is like a little shout out to Eben though. Hey Eben, I know that you actually like me. It's like nothing, like, you know, nothing against them. Like, they're so sweet. They're like nice kids, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'm just like not everyone's cup of tea, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not everybody's like ideal thing. I have friends there, but just like not anything like close knit, which is fine because it's like you don't go to work to make friends anyway. You go to work to fucking live and continue to be a living, thriving person. So that was fine. I was like, I don't know, I guess I was like kind of social, but I also really wasn't. I also had like a lot of stuff going on when I was working at Target around that time too. But anyway, I feel like sometimes when you're in the workplace and you are a fat black person, there's automatically a lot of microaggressions. I think that there was always this assumption that I was just like a fat and lazy person who didn't want to do anything. As hard as that is to believe, that's actually not true. When you're working in a huge store and you know that store has a lot of different departments and they are not equipped with a staff that they are supposed to be equipped with, it is hard to just try to find someone to single-handedly do that job as well as multiple employees. So that's like number one. I never felt like I was doing enough there. And I always felt like it was me. Like, I know for a fact that I'm the kind of person where it's like I do need to pick up the pace when it comes to working in like retail stores, especially clothing, because it can get to be a mess fast. But at the same token, I'm not a robot. It does seem like the higher up they get, the dumber they get when it comes to like the fundamental part and the reality of what actually happens on the floor. If you're telling me that you want me to zone a certain area, okay, and you don't have enough cashiers because y'all don't want to hire anybody else right now, but for whatever fucking reason that you have cultivated in your mind, and you want me to leave my zone so that I can go up and ring when it's backed up, but when I come back to my zone and it's a mess, you're mad. Wonder why I couldn't take care of that. And then it's like, I'm in the fitting room. It's just me. It's a fucking Saturday. There's people back to back to back. I have to take control of the carts. I have to take control of reshop. I have to take control of the clothing, the phone, and I have to call out on the walkie-talkie in the zone. That's what would kill me, is like they were always mad at me for this goddamn fitting room. Y'all, when you were in the fitting room, you do the phone, the reshop, the zone, and you had to like take all the clothes that the people were giving back to you and like put it on the reshop carts, like on the Z-bars. Then you had like this room in there that it was like all this shit was just like stacked to the nines. Like it was just like boop, boop, boop. And you had to like sort that. And honey, if it wasn't sorted, you were getting lit up. Like people had issues with the fucking room. Oh my God, it's these shoes are here. I'm like, what do y'all want from me? But like a lot of these jobs, like they don't take the time to thoroughly train you. Like they really don't. It took me a long time to even just know how to use the phone. Just because the phone that they use there is so complex. And it was like so fucking insane. I was trying to figure out because it was like you had to like answer it and then put it on like one of the lines and then like save it and then call it out. It was just a lot of steps for one phone call. There was one day in particular where they pulled me in the back and they were just like, you know, Patrice, like it's really not even just you. Like, we just want to know like what's the issue. Like we really are talking to everybody and we're just trying to figure out like what's going on. And I was just like, you know, I've spoken to you guys about what's going on with me. I've explained it and you're not really understanding or taking it serious, so I can just leave. Like, well, I don't really mean like you don't have to leave. You don't have to leave right now. And like, I don't know. He was like one of my ETLs. He wasn't nice. Like he wasn't like nasty, but he was like nicey. You know that fucking song by Michelle? But they say I'm nicey. It was like that type shit. But like they say you're nicey. He was nicey. I just was like, no, I can leave. I was really unhappy at that point in time. Because it was just weighing down on like my anxiety and shit. And when it gets to be like a thing with like your mental health and you just feel like you have to like second guess a lot of shit, it's for the better if you leave. Sorry guys. Ooh, girl, they couldn't handle this at Target. Oh my God, all the kids would always be like, you look so nice today. You damn straight. Psych no. Oh my God, psych no. They would always be like really nice to me though when they said that I look pretty. It was nice. I was just like, you know, I think that I need to like go a different route. I'm not taking retail like super seriously. My back hurts, my feet hurt, and like I know that you have to make a certain sacrifice at any job you work, but it wasn't enough. There was not enough money coming my way for the amount of labor that I was putting into what I was doing and the amount of emotional distress that I felt. So I was just like, no, it's time for me to leave. Like it's right after my birthday. I need to like scurry up and go along. So I mean, it wasn't the worst job I've ever fucking had, y'all. Like it's not the worst. It was definitely like the most interesting thus far. Who would have thought, just that basic ass Target? Like what an experience. Wow. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much all I had to speak on. I don't think that Target is somewhere that you shouldn't work. I have made a lot of my friends afraid to work there. I'm sorry. I love y'all. Shoot for the stars. If you feel like Target is what you want to do, girl, and that's gonna hold you down for right now, go ahead and work at Target and do that for right now. And I do mean right now. It wasn't awful, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never gonna sit here and be like, you know what, Target, screw y'all, screw your company, bitch. I'm never setting foot in there again. I'll definitely still continue to shop at Target. I've never been back to my own locations. That's for damn sure. But that's just because I gotta get my outfit together for when I do go back. Cause y'all know what's gonna happen is one day they're gonna be putting up my poster. They're gonna like change the posters. They're gonna be like, that's Tiffany Patrice. Didn't that fat bitch used to work here? You're damn sure. Now I'm on the advertisements. What you gonna do now? I just felt like telling y'all like a really quick and funny story time. I love you guys. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. If you've been enjoying my content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. And as usual, you already know that I love you. 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 I love you.